Well, hello, folks. Welcome back to uh, another one of these. I'm your host, Mike Camo. Um, here for episode 70, I believe it is. So, hello, everybody. Welcome back. So, so is everything's good in the world. I'm excited for Wednesday because Wednesday is my first shift at Restaurant Depot. It's going to be a new era, new times, new everything. So it's definitely going to be a good. It's definitely going to be a good change of pace. I still haven't I put my 2 weeks notice for Target, so my obligations there will be done by. So my 2 weeks notice was put in the other day, so I'm going to be done by. So I put it in the fourth. Well, actually, no, I put it in the. I put it in on the sixth. Actually, yeah, I put it in on the sixth, I believe. Yeah, sixth. Yeah, no, I put it on the fifth. Fifth of June. So I'll be done with them by the 19th. The hours are so low, so it'll be. So I have like three shifts, so I'll just have to work around that with Restaurant Depot, and then I'll be free for forever. So Target, it's big, big news, new era. It's definitely going to be fun. It's definitely going to be. It's not going to be worry inducing because I've been looking forward to this for, I'm going to say 3 years now, because I've been trying to get jobs up and down the last 3 years. So I hope you guys just know I'm good, and I'm going to have some fun with this new adventure. And I'll tell you guys how everything goes about a week or so in, or I'll tell you how everything went on the first day, which is Wednesday, which will be Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which will be about 4 days from now almost. So yeah, that's not the reason why I wanted to talk. So wanted to talk gaming because I game, and I'm also a big racing fan. So just recently, Project Cars 3 was announced. If you guys didn't hear me, Project Cars 3 was announced, and it was, and the the trailers were shown, and video clips of the game. A lot of people are hitting it hard because it doesn't look like a sim, and I think a lot of people were kind of stunned when Codemasters let out another video with all the assists and more of a more of a sim type setup. So let me put my headphones on so I can hear myself. So a lot of people didn't like how the gameplay was. So Codemasters and Slightly Mad came out with a video of a C7 at Interlagos with upgrades on it, and car handled like it would, being tossed around. All the assists were off. Everything was off. The handling was professional, which means it's real life settings. I don't know why people judge the game like that. The reason why Codemasters and Slightly Mad went for this direction, and I've been watching the video clips and everything. The reason why they went for this is because they wanted to make it more what they wanted to do is, they were probably disarming everybody um, with the first gameplay and everything else. The reason why they did that was because they wanted to people to react to it. It's all to get a reaction, and then they start unveiling the content. The reason why Slightly Mad and Codemasters did that was because every single game is customizable, and the experience is customizable. A lot of people say, "Oh, this will take away from how we play the game. It's not as rewarding." Um, I'll say this. The reason why I say this is because everybody like me grew up with some form of racing game back when they were kids. I didn't grow up with a game console until, I knew friends that had game consoles, and I go over their houses. I remember racing on the N64, and I remember early PS1 racing games. I remember Gran Turismo, because I remember I used to have the special discs. You remember those pack discs that you used to get somewhere? You used to be able to go somewhere, some retail store, and get a pack disc, get a demo, and you'd be able to play it. I remember playing Gran Turismo for the first time, and I remember Gran Turismo being horrible when I first started. The N64 games were also pretty bad. Remember there was barely. I remember those games, but the thing is, though, that was way back then. A lot of people take it for granted that games have evolved over time, and so what I played iRacing. I played iRacing. I played iRacing. I played Forza. I played Forza. I played Gran Turismo. I played Project Gotham Racing, which is another game series. And I've also played Need for Speed, which usually has its ups and downs. I grew up with most of but those were arcadey style racing games where you could upgrade the cars and buff them up and whatnot. Project Cars was never supposed to be like that. Project Cars was pretty visceral when it first came out. I remember the first two editions, Project Cars. I both at Project 1 and Project 2. I remember when Project 1 came out. It wasn't perfect. It was slightly. This was when the PS4 first came out, and I think I got the game when it first. I think I got the game. I think I got the game in 2016. I remember when I first got the game back in 2015. I remember it was either 2014 or 2015. I can't remember. Somebody will have to remind me in the comments. But I remember when Project Cars came out. It was not perfect. Project Cars 2 kind of built on it. A lot of people complained that the cars weren't updated and the cars weren't realistically current. But you got to remember the game was developed back in 2016, 2017-ish. So the game always had that feeling to it. So it only came with the current cars. Now, a lot of people said, well, a lot of the GTE cars don't look. A lot of the GTE cars aren't completely perfect. The Corvette isn't. The Corvette C7 isn't its current spec. Well, it's because maybe they weren't able to get the car at the time. So, the new Project Cars 3 game actually has the C8R, which is good. The damage model also looks a little bit better, but it's beta, so the damage model hasn't been completely fleshed out, so it's not completely perfect. And it being beta footage, it's not completely 100%, so you cannot. So you can't really. So you got to take it with a grain of salt on what they're trying to produce here, because not all games are created equal. And if that's one thing I've learned. I think the reason why Codemasters does this with the Formula One games, for those of you who don't know, Codemasters does Formula One, the Dirt series, and Grid. They their handling system is supposed to be accessible to everybody, and then eventually, as you get more comfortable with the game, you can turn the assist off, and you can really have some fun. I watched the Interlagos video, and I don't know what everybody's complaining about. You can tailor the game to how you want to play it. If people want realistic steering, if people want the car to slip and slide, if people want the cars to oversteer or not brake properly, turn the assist off. That's what I might do when I buy the game. And a lot of people are like, oh, the customization is just visual. There's going to be performance upgrades, I'm hearing, so the performance can go up and such. So don't think that this is going to be some watered down sim. It may be a little compromised. Maybe they're going in a different direction. Maybe Codemasters is trying to make it more accessible, because I know that's how the Formula One games are. So, I give the game a chance. Just when it comes out, play the demo. If there's a demo out, get the demo first, and then buy the game if you don't like it. Or either play it at a store. Well, actually, you can't play it at a store now because of the virus. But try to play a demo and try to see more videos. And they'll reveal customization stuff. So nothing has been. They're trying to build this game up a little bit, and because it's something new, obviously they're going in a different direction with this game. So I wouldn't be half surprised if Codemasters really tries to hype this up, because Codemasters and Slightly Mad Studios, they're both they've done some interesting stuff over the years. Codemasters, the reason why a lot of people hate Codemasters is because the Formula One series and the way how it tanked back in 2014, 2015. I remember 2014, 2015, 2016, F1 games, a lot of people screamed at how things were going. And then the series has sort of gotten better over the years. It's sort of gone back to its former glory, but a lot of people don't like it because the reason why a lot of people hate on it is because of the online stuff. The online stuff is supposed to be where it's at, but I just disagree with that, because I've been online and it's going to be broken. It's called the internet. The internet, if the internet's connection's broken, so is the gameplay going to be broken. So I give Project Cars 3 a chance. I'd at least play a demo if they do give one out. Given the current climate of coronavirus right now, I'm hoping they do, and I'm hoping when they do I hope when they at least do I wish they give out a demo to kind of ward players off and kind of show them what's going on. But they should be doing a demo and then give people the benefit of the doubt on what's going to happen with this series. I remember playing Project Cars 2 for the first time. You guys remember before you started loading the game, the only car you could play in the game was the McLaren 720S. After it loaded, I remember playing with the 720S. I remember the brakes locking up. I hope that is the same thing with Project Cars 3, because Project Cars 2 did a lot, but what they want to do is they want to make it accessible to people who do want to use the assists and want to have a more. Plus, I looked at the racing, and the racing looks a little. The racing looks, even with the assists on, the racing looks very, very, very competitive. The damage looks a little bit better, and it looks it looks a little bit touched up, but I think it'll mean, but I think it will, but I think as it goes through its final stages and they tweak it a bit more, you're going to find that this game is going to be a little bit better than you think. I don't know why YouTubers complain about it. And there's one guy that was on, he gave, he wasn't even, I thought he was racing the game, but he was just on his wheel reacting. I looked at the footage, and I think what it will do is it will appeal to the gamers that want to have the assist, and they want to have just a straight, they just want to have a straight driving experience. And then there's other people like me who want to have the sim experience, will want to turn the assists off and be able to spin out and whatnot. And that'll make the game more interesting. I think the reason why they're doing that is because they're trying to make it like the Formula One series. And a lot of people will probably sit there and tell me, well, Mike, that's horrible because the Formula One series sucks and it's it really hasn't really recovered from its fiasco in 2014, 2015, 2016. And I think we're just all lucky to have racing games. What I think the reason why the Formula One series is improved is because they actually listened to the gamers. They actually brought in some of the Formula One guys, and some of the Formula One guys like T.F. Murdoch and X-Matty G, also known as WTF1. Now actually, he has his own channel and branding now, and he Into the Barrier, Arava, and a bunch of these other guys. They all actually put their input in, and the game's improved over time, and they did that for the last two games before coronavirus hit, and now they know what to do with those games. And I played 2018 and 2019, and I played 2017, I played 2018, I played 2019. They're so much better than what they were back in 2014, 2015. I've actually played 2016, and I will tell you this, very, very good improvements. I think Codemasters has recovered. It's not recovered. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to start out slow so that they don't hype it up. They've learned from their mistakes, obviously, because before something can get, it has to get worse before something gets good. So, it's tough to keep things straight for three games in a row. So I hope you guys all give them a better chance, and hopefully we all can come to the agreement that, they're trying to, their task is to make it accessible to everyone. Now, what they mean is, in code translation, they want to make it accessible for people that just want a straight racing game that they just can play and hop into. And then for hardcore sim type stuff, for guys like me who've actually been playing the series for a long time, they want to get more people into it. Obviously, this is more, they want to drive up their fan base, collect a little bit more money. This is all a move to get money at the end of the day. Everybody says they're like, oh, it's just to grab money. I'm like, that's game developers' objective since day one. Game developers and game makers that's been their objective since day one, to get your hard-earned cash, to get you to buy it. That hasn't been, I don't know why people are so shocked about that. But obviously, the argument's going to be, oh, you want to spend your money on, the games are incomplete, by the way. The DLC, there's going to be DLC with Project Cars 3. Like Project Cars 2, there's going to be DLC with Project Cars 3. The games are not complete. Let me get that out of the way. The reason why they want to do that is because they want to keep adding and improving it. And Project Cars 2, as they added stuff, it improved. I will say that big time. They added good tracks and everything else. So, and seeing them at Interlagos is actually pretty good. I don't think they had Interlagos on the last game. If my if my if my memory serves me correctly. So yeah, so guys, for those of you who out there for the Project Cars series, please give it a chance. Try to see what they come out with, and they'll come up with the customization options and all that other stuff. So hopefully you guys will see the light and see what I'm saying. But yeah, everybody, this has been your humble host, Mike Camo. Everybody, I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully I'll record one. I may record one tomorrow on Tuesday. Well, actually, I'll record one today and tomorrow, and then I'll record one Wednesday after my first day at Restaurant Depot, and then I'll record one Friday and Saturday, probably after my other shifts, and then I'll see what my couple of shifts at Target, and I'll tell you my last few days there and whatnot. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. Just give the game a chance when it comes out, guys, whenever it does, because, it's only a game.